Hey everybody, Alex Kazor, SteelersDepot.com back for another Pittsburgh Steelers tape breakdown and analysis. A lot of good from the Denver Broncos game, even if ultimately that game was closer than what it should have been and could have been. But I thought one of the most impressive guys on the field, offense or defense, was nickel cornerback Mike Hilton. I think he had honestly one of his best games as a Pittsburgh Steeler. Had a sack, couple big tackles for loss, and I thought played well in coverage. And so I think it's only right to show him some respect and show him some love for that performance and break down just how good of a game he played versus Jeff Driscoll and the Denver Broncos. So I got a bunch of plays to show you guys today. So let's get right into it with the first one. Mike Hilton's known as one of the best run stopping nickel corners in football, and rightfully so. And that's on display on this play. And the run's going to go to the left here. So I'm going to refer to this as the front side, and this is the back side, although this is the strength of the formation. But on this play, I'm going to show you guys the run fits here. And Cam Hayward's going to slant down into the backside A gap, but Dupree's going to slant down and shoot down into the front side A gap. Devin Bush is going to have contain here in the C gap off left tackle, and Mike Hilton's going to end up fitting into the B gap between left tackle and left guard. So we'll see Hilton come on screen here in just a moment off the motion. And it's not too often you have a 190-pound corner be your B gap run fit player, but that's what you see here. Hayward slants down, Dupree slants down. Bush is going to scrape over and become the force edge player, and Hilton's going to occupy the B gap right here. He shows good patience. He reads the track of the running back, and it finishes the play along with Bud Dupree. So I'll run this thing full, and I want to show the pause at the end of the tackle here just to show the technique from Mike Hilton. And you see the technique here of same knee, same shoulder, and that's just good technique to drive, to wrap up. Dupree gets in there too and finishes with a little bit of violence at the end of that run. So, yeah, not too often your nickel corners, your B gap player, but Hilton's one of those guys that can do it. Love this rep later in the first quarter by Mike Hilton. Honestly, one of my favorite reps he's had. He's coming off the edge here against our old friend, former Steelers tight end Nick Vanette. And again, usually in a situation, a nickel corner on a tight end with a half foot and 50 some pounds probably on Hilton's usually an advantage for the tight end. But Hilton's just going to be that guy right there and stand up, Vanette, hold the edge, get his arms extended, work off the block, and make the tackle for a 2 yard loss. And again, just not often you'll see a nickel corner like that win that battle. But Hilton's got leverage, he's got strength, he's got vision on the football, technique, good hand placement, good punch, and then disengage, shed the block, and make the tackle. And this was a big play. This was a 2nd and 1. It turns it into a 3rd and 3, and the Broncos don't complete Jeff Driscoll's pass on 3rd down, and they're forced to punt. And so this was a big moment here for Mike Hilton. Again, out here on the edge, forcing the back to try to stay inside once he wants to bounce it. Good nice job here by TJ Watt as well to spill it. And then Hilton's able to get off the block and make the tackle. So one last look at it. And yeah, usually nickel corner versus tight end is a loss for most teams, but not for Mike Hilton and not for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, much of the talk about Mike Hilton has been related to him as a blitzer and how often he's been sent and how just crazy blitz happy the Steelers team in general has been 61% through 2 weeks. That's far and away the tops in football. No one else is even at 50%. And so Hilton, there's an art to blitzing, especially whenever obviously teams know that they're going to send Hilton, that he's going to blitz. I mean, they're going to do that over and over again. So he's just good with the timing of it. You see here against his stack look, he's got eyes on the receiver. He's not looking in the backfield, so when the quarterback's looking over there, obviously if Hilton's looking at the backfield, good chance he might be coming, and that's an alert for the quarterback. So eyes on the stack set the whole way. And then the last second here, gets his eyes to the line of scrimmage, comes off the stack set there and lines up close to the edge and times that blitz perfectly. I'm sure that's film study. A lot of quarterbacks will have tells where they might look left, right, left, and then snap the football. There's usually a rhythm with kind of their eyes, and that may be something Hilton's picking up on here. I'm not 100% sure, but it may be to help develop that timing about when that snap's going to come. But either way, disguises the blitz, holds that blitz for a while, times it up perfectly, and yeah, Driscoll never gets his eyes to him. Hilton with a free shot, good scheme as well, and finishes the play for the sack. So one last look at Mike Hilton's second sack of the season. So that Hilton sack set up 2nd and long. It forced them into eventual 3rd and 25. And so the Broncos are trying to get in field goal range at Heinz Field, where it's notoriously tough to try to kick 50-yard field goals, even in good weather like Sunday's game. And so they're going to try to run this little screen here to Cortland Sutton. And Hilton, again, just able to work through the block, be physical, make the play for a tackle, only allow a 1 yard gain. So watch Hilton lined up to the bottom here. They're going to motion the receiver across. That's receiver Tim Patrick to try to go out there into a block for Mike Hilton. He gets around it, and then makes a tackle immediately. No yak, 1 yard gain ultimately for Sutton, forces a 49-yard field goal attempt. Usually, I mean, there's good odds a 49-yarder is going to miss at Heinz Field. McManus ended up making it, so they end up getting points on the board regardless. But still, you force a pretty challenging field goal in Pittsburgh. And yeah, Mike Hilton, you don't get a great look here from the end zone view, but a guy that's feisty, tenacious, hard worker, works off that block and makes a tackle for just a 1 yard gain on third and long. And one last thing I actually just noticed rewatching this play again, a little bit of swag from Hilton. You want your corners to have a little swag, a little point there. It looks like a Tim Patrick, like, you trying to block me? But that didn't work. You got to do a lot better than that. So you like your corners to play with an edge. Hilton certainly a dude who's always had a chip on his shoulder, undrafted free agent at Ole Miss. So like that little swag and letting that receiver know he missed the block. There is a tendency when we talk about Mike Hilton, and I'm as guilty as anyone when we discuss Hilton's strengths and positives, to focus on just the tackles for loss, just the run stops, the sacks, all the things he does better than probably any other slot corner in football. But we do kind of miss him in coverage and where he can excel there. While he's not, to me, an elite cover corner, I think Cam Sutton's actually a better cover corner than Mike Hilton. Hilton can certainly hold his own as well. I think he showed that against Denver as well. This is late in the first half against the Broncos, matched up against a slot receiver here, and just does a great job of getting vision on the football, staying in phase, finding the football, and running step for step with a very speedy slot receiver in KJ Hamlin, who's like a 4.2, low 4.3s kind of guy. And Hilton able to, usually those guys will have to turn and run, where they have to just get eyes on the receiver and they can't look back at the football while still running and maintain the ability to stay in phase. But Hilton, the whole way through, is able to stay in phase, find the football, time his jump, and him and Joe Hayden help contribute to forcing this incompletion on a deep ball heave at the end of the first half. So probably won't get a great look here from the end zone view. Nice stunt there by Hayward and Dupree, by the way, but nice job by Hilton the whole way through to stay in phase, make that a tough catch. Hayden comes in as well, so good job by him as well. But yeah, the ability to run like that, find the football while staying in phase against the 4.3 speedy receiver is pretty impressive. So good rep here for Mike Hilton. Again, another rep of Mike Hilton in coverage, lined up right here. Denver's trying to throw this little crosser to wide receiver Deshaun Hamilton. And just like the technique here for Mike Hilton, the drive on the football, taking a good angle, finishing with authority. So even if this pass was complete, even if it was an on time, on accurate throw from Driscoll to Hamilton, there's no yak on this play. They're setting up third down. Hilton's not going to miss his tackle. He doesn't miss a whole lot. So nice job here by Hilton. A physical, violent play, but I like getting in the right spot to make the tackle, about taking the right angle, driving on the football, and being there at the catch point with a physical finish. Again, looking at Hilton in coverage, they're going to try to throw this deep ball to Jerry Judy, the rookie receiver, who certainly has a lot of talent. I think that's already pretty clear 2 games into his young NFL career. And they're just trying to run this basically slot fade where he's aligned a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, and then it's going to widen out coming off this stack look by the Broncos. And Hilton, again, finding the football, staying in phase, nice speed turn. He uses there to get in phase and is right in Judy's hip the whole way downfield. It throws a little to the inside. Hilton's able to disrupt it and make the play. And there's the speed turn right here where the receiver's behind him. And so he's going to be able to just turn instead of trying to flip his hips the other way, which slows you up. You're going to use that speed turn because you know where the receiver's going. You know he's going vertical. And that's going to get you back in phase easier and quicker and more efficiently than trying to turn to him and open your hips to the sideline. And I like the speed turn execution right here by Mike Hilton. And it gets him in phase, finds the football, and the pass is incomplete. So look from the end zone view. Again, I don't think it's going to show a whole lot on that play. But Hilton in coverage, while I don't think he's elite, certainly want to talk about that phase. He is a corner, even though he blitzes like a outside linebacker, it feels like sometimes. But nice job here by Hilton. Good technique, getting in the hip pocket of Judy, forcing the incompletion. One last example for Mike Hilton. This is on the Broncos' final drive where they're trying to take the lead down five with about 2.5 minutes to go, 2nd and 5, and Hilton saves a first down here, potentially saves a first down here, and this was a big moment for sure as Hilton backside here, basically a run blitz, and if they want to boot, if they want to play action, then Hilton can get in the backfield that way. But nice job to defeat the backside cutoff again by Tim Patrick. Going to charge hard backside and make that tackle. Sets up only a 3rd and 2 after what could have been a first down if Hilton does not scream in there from the backside. So you see him physical to work through that block, make the tackle. I'm betting Gordon does pick that up a first down. If Hilton does not make that tackle and come in like that, and then who knows what happens from there. But Hilton makes a tackle, sets up a 3rd down, which the next 2 passes are well, the next pass is incomplete, and then the 4th down play is the Terrell Edmonds sack, and Steelers win that game because of that. So Mike Hilton, which is literally everywhere against the Broncos, he was fantastic. Dude's going to get paid in the offseason. I would like to think by Pittsburgh, but given their cap situation, it's probably not going to happen. But Mike Hilton will be getting paid handsomely and will continue to be a starter somewhere else in 2021. Although that's probably not going to be in Pittsburgh. But a lot of fun to watch. Special makeup. Don't see too many guys like him. He's got a really good story. Easy dude to root for. And man, he played one heck of a game against the Denver Broncos. So that will do it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.